next build, the Mummy. There's the frame. I'll give you a close-up. There you go. Nice frame. These are the legs. And this Mummy build, I'm gonna eventually make the legs mechanical to make them look like they're moving, like they're running. It'll be a motion sensor. Somebody will pass it. The face will light up, and that'll light up. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the face. This is the face that's supposed to be with it, that I have extra from. I got it at a Mark's grocery store discount aisle years ago. Used to be in my Halloween RV. But yeah, this is, we called him Charlie. And he was up on the wall above the TV in the RV. But now he's going to be turned into the Mummy. Along with tubes. This is how I build tubes. This is how I build the limbs. We'll make screw holes up here. You'll just attach them together. Kind of like that. One inside the other. Fasten it with a screw and some bolts. There'll be a piece of wood in the middle. There'll be a piece of wood in the middle there that'll be the inside joint. And if you want to get permanent, you can use like hardware on it. I'm just using some regular drywall screws and some regular small drywall screws and some washers that I had laying around. I still don't have the motor for the legs. Not sure what I'm going to use for it. I did pick up a motor. I picked up this motor. I picked up this motor. I did pick up a motor. Picked up this motor. Got a really great deal on it at a local flea market. It's a windshield wiper motor, but I think that'd be a little too much for the legs. And I think this is the motor that I've been needing for the monster in the box. So we'll be tearing that apart in the middle of this build, and you'll be having many videos of the Mummy. So let's get back to the body parts. These are going to be Charlie the Mummy's hands, arms, small tubes. I love working with tubes. They're free and it's easy. And this is, it'll kind of go together like that, and then I'll adjust it on length after I get to that part. Put a couple screws in. There'll be a piece of wood all through the center here that all of this will screw into the center of. Because I kind of want them centered. The tube centered inside the other. So when I texture over it, it'll look good. And little known fact, if you know anybody in the veterinary or medical field, these gauze right here, there's an expiration date and they have to get rid of them at a certain date. So if you know somebody, maybe they'll give you a donation. That's what we got. So hopefully this will be enough to cover the whole body after I frame them out. Get you a closer look at how the inside of the joints work on the legs. There's the inside joint. See how there's just a little piece of wood in there to hold it together. This tubing is real thick. It's at over almost a ½ inch thick in places, 1/4 inch mostly. And once it's covered in material, it's almost waterproof. Love to work with it, and it's totally free. So this is the base, made out of some simple wood I had laying around. It'll be a free floating. So the legs will move, of course. Shoulders. Everything pivots. Real simple. It can all be braced in later with like wooden braces like this. This brace is only temporary. I'm gonna have different kind of thinner braces that'll go in certain places. Thicken all this out with foam padding. When it's all on display, I'll paint the wood in the back black so nobody will see it. Okay, and there's the Mummy with the arms attached. You can see the massive size. He's really going to be massive with the head on. He's barely going to fit in here. And I have to remember I got to get him out through the door, so I can't make him too big. And he can always come off the base and move if I need him to. But let's get a closer look. And this is a great look at how I build my limbs. And the larger you cut these, like I could always cut this out, you get more movement. But I didn't need much movement for this because because the arm's going to be extended. I did leave this open. You know, you always want to leave options, but I thought it was a good way to size down, and I'll size it down with fabric. But if I need to, I can move them. If I want longer arms, I could just move them out and move the screws. Now I'm just using electric motors. You know, I get, you know, decent movement, and there's not going to be going rapid. If you're going to use air, then you're going to have to replace everything. You're going to need big washers. You're going to need a threaded rod to go through here, and all the hardware. Both sides have to have nuts and bolts, and it has to have movement. Because if you're going to if this is going to be pneumatic, then this is going to be flinging all over the place, and it's never going to stay in here. This is just cardboard. So, but you could see the wood. So the next step would be adding foam. So in the next video you'll see me adding foam, building the chest up, he's got to be massive. I may add some texture, not too much because he's supposed to be a mummy, you know, he's dead. And that'll be our next video. So thanks for joining us tonight at All Things Halloween. Hope you enjoyed the mummy build part 1. See you next time, and remember, like, share, and subscribe. If you have any trouble, just go to YouTube, type in All Things Halloween, and look
all the way up.